So welcome if you clicked on this video. I have some little key points because I get so distracted and I'm trying to stay on the topic. So today I am going to be telling you my experience with the kyleena IUD. And the kyleena, I believe they said it was the newest IUD that there was. I think it's a little bit smaller than the other ones, but my doctor had just recommended it to me. And the whole reason I even got the IUD in the first place was because I had tried the new ring, the patch, and the pills, and just all of them gave me the worst like side effects. And so my mom told me one day, she was like, why don't you just try the IUD, you know? She's like, I've got it, it's great, you don't have to worry about it, should take anything, and I think you'll like it. So I had scheduled my appointment, and I didn't really look into the IUD, like exactly what it was, until afterwards. And so when I started doing that is when I was like, oh my gosh, what did I just make an appointment for? And that was like the whole reason I wanted to make this video, because every YouTube video I watched or review I was looking at was freaking horrifying. Like, these women were like, it was the worst pain ever, like, oh my god, like horror stories. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I literally cannot do this. There's no way I'm getting this done, kind of thing. And so that's why I'm making this. So my appointment was yesterday. It was at 10:40 in the morning. So about 40 minutes prior to the appointment, my doctor told me to take ibuprofen, but they didn't tell me how many to take exactly. So I took 3 ibuprofens, and then I took one more when I actually got to the place. And when we had got there, before you even had walked in the doctor's office, I was just freaking myself out. I'm not good at showing my emotions, but I had like the tears forming in my eyes. I was like, I cannot do this. And I looked at my sister and I was like, I don't think I can do it. And she was like, it's gonna be okay, like it'll be fine, don't worry about it, it'll be over before you know it, sister advice kind of thing. And so we walked in, and when I signed in, it took forever for them to call me back. And I was like, oh my god, this is not helping my nerves whatsoever. And so I was sitting there, and my sister and my little niece were in like the kids play area, and I was like, I've got to calm myself down, because the doctor was like, or I don't know if the doctor or something, maybe I got this off YouTube, was like, if you're more if you are nervous, it'll make your body tense, and then it's just gonna make it a little more painful than it needs to be. And I was like, I'm gonna calm myself down before I get in there. And so I said a quick little prayer, and then I was just like, you're gonna be okay, it's just a little bit of pain, you're a tough bitch, you can do this, like come on now, just toughen up, like it'll be fine, like there's people who go through much worse, like just a little bit of IUD. That's what I was telling myself, my little pep talk. And so when the doctor finally called us back, I had to go pee in a cup, and then I think we waited 30 more minutes before the doctor came back there. And the nurse was like, all right, just take off your bottom half, and the doctor will be in shortly. And so the doctor came in, and well, before that, when we were waiting 30 minutes, I FaceTimed my mom. I was like, oh, I don't know what to do. And my mom was like, Jade, you'll be okay. The best advice I can give you is to look up to the ceiling, pick one spot on it, just stare at it the whole time, and do this. So the doctor came in, and I was like, oh, actually, let me tell you this too, because this in a weird way kind of helped me. My sister said, so we keep flowers in our kitchen usually at all times, and she said, imagine you're the flower in the kitchen, and the sun is hitting you, and you're opening, and you're relaxing your body, and you're there. In a weird way, that kind of helped me, because I was trying to picture that during it, so I would be relaxed. But so the doctor came in, and I was asking her a couple questions, and I said, how long, the last question I asked was, how long is this gonna take? And she said 2 minutes, 5 minutes at the max. I was like, oh, okay, let's just do it. So I had my sister's hand, I was doing my breathing, and the doctor said, okay, you might feel a little pinch. And I went, I was like, oh wait, I didn't even feel anything, I'm just being dramatic. I was like, oh wait, okay, that wasn't bad at all, I didn't even feel anything. And she's like, okay, now I'm gonna measure to see how deep I think we need to put the IUD, is what she said. And that is when you're gonna start feeling the pain. You feel 2 really bad, well this is for me, so I don't know about everybody, but I felt 2 really like intense cramps, and that was all the pain I really felt. So when she was measuring it, it's just like one of those, it's just like how I describe it as a really, really bad period cramp, and it's just kind of like a more uncomfortable, it's not like, it's definitely hurts, but it's not like a knife stabbing you kind of pain. It's just like one of those uncomfortable pains when you want to like squish your body up, but you can't because you have to stay still, you know. And just one of the things when you're like, oh, I hate being a girl, I hate being a girl, like why? It's literally that kind of pain, and it lasts for like 15 seconds and then maybe 10. It wasn't long at all. And then she's like, all right, now we're just gonna put the IUD in, and she puts it in. The same thing kind of happened, maybe a tiny bit worse that time, but it goes by so fast, so it's like you're like, oh that hurts, oh, but that's over with. So it's, and my doctor literally got the whole thing done in a minute tops. Like she's like, all right, we're done. I was like, well, it's already over. She's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, that was great, that wasn't bad at all. And how I would rate the scale, or not the pain scale, on a scale of 1 to 10 would be probably a 5, maybe a 5.5. It's definitely bearable. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. It's definitely worth it to you not having to take the pills or the patch or have to worry about the new ring kind of thing. It's definitely worth it. So if you're thinking about it, I definitely recommend doing it. But so afterwards, she said you might feel like a little bit of, or you might have a little bit of irregular bleeding, and which I did for like that day, and then today I've been fine. Like when I woke up this morning, I knew me and my sister were gonna go do stuff, so I took a couple ibuprofens, and then I haven't been in any pain whatsoever today, so I've been completely fine. So if you are thinking about getting this IUD, do not watch YouTube videos on it unless you're watching this one. But because it's really not as bad as people make it out to be. I know people have different experiences, but just remember when you're getting it done that you are the flower and you're blossoming, or that you're a tough bitch. But anyways, so as of now, I really like it. Maybe I will make another video in a couple months updating it. But anyways, that was my experience with it. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments and I will answer them for you if you watch this video. And just remember that God made women do this because he knew that the men were not tough enough to deal with it. So thanks for watching it, and that's it. Bye.